first question, what's your name?
My
For
name
the
is
viewers.
My name is Erin Axelman, and I'm the co-director and producer of the documentary Israelism.
And when did you arrive here?
I got here half an hour ago. So I just got here, flew in from Paris, and my hotel is a block away. So just checked in.
Okay,
And
that's nice.
came
That's
right
it just right around the corner.
it worked out easily.
Okay. And let's get into the topic.
Right.
So what was your motivation to do this film?
Yeah, so it's very roughly based off my own story of transformation. There's a very large movement of American Jews, especially in the U.S., but globally, who are horrified by how Israel has treated the Palestinians, both historically and in the present moment. And so I really wanted to make a film that really talked about how and why American Jews traditionally were very pro-Israel, but how in the past couple of decades there's been this incredible groundswell of momentum as more and more American Jews recognize the horrors that Israel has put the Palestinian people through and say not in my name and do whatever they can to fight for Palestinian freedom.
And what do you think is the connection between Israel and the Jews? Is it does it need to be together, or is it something that needs to be separated?
It doesn't need to be together. I mean, again, but many pro-Israel groups and the Israeli government like to make it seem like the Jewish people and Israel are connected. But if I said, should Islam be connected to Saudi Arabia, many people would realize that that's ridiculous, right? There's governments and there's religions.
Yeah, exactly. The religion doesn't have to be the main thing in the state. It's important for the people. If they believe it, it should be free in the country. They can believe what they want.
Totally.
As long as they don't hurt other people.
Exactly.
But everyone can believe what they want. The Christian can believe in the Bible. The Jews can believe in the Torah, and the Muslims in the Quran.
Totally. Creating a nation state that gives more rights to one group of people more than another is never a good idea.
Yeah.
And it didn't have to be that way, but how Israel has existed from its inception has been to value Jewish lives more than Palestinian lives, which is obviously inherently very racist, and why I and so many other people strongly oppose what Israel has done historically and right now.
Mm-hmm. And did you get backlash for doing the film?
Lots. Luckily, my family is very supportive and is very progressive. So my personal story is a lot easier than many of the folks in the film. But yes, we've gotten a lot of backlash. Hundreds consulates, so part of the Israeli government, has tried to shut down our screenings many times in the U.S. And many pro-Israel groups have tried canceling our screenings hundreds of times and tried to make it seem like what we're doing is dangerous for Jewish people, even though our film was made almost entirely by Jewish people. We're just telling a story that they don't like. But instead of just being honest about that, they try to smear us as being dangerous to other Jewish people, which is very sad because this is just our story.
And was there a city where you had a screening where it wasn't that much backlash, or was it in every city you went to?
We've done hundreds of screenings at this point, so most screenings go totally, go very smoothly. But there's been many attempts, especially in the months after October 7th. There were many attempts to cancel our screenings. You can come by; it's fine. So but we never take no for an answer. You can just come by, it's fine. Sorry.
Just go by.
We never take no for an answer, and we always make sure that we do the screening. So we're always willing to fight the backlash when it happens.
And now that Trump is president again, after 4 years of Biden being president, do you think the conflict between Palestinians and Israelis is going to change, or is it going to be the same as in the 4 years Joe Biden was president?
A lot will change in America, but probably very little will change in terms of how America views Israel-Palestine. Most Democratic and Republican presidents for the past couple decades have let Israel do whatever they want, essentially, whether they're Democrats or Republicans. So I don't think there'll be any significant difference. Maybe Trump will be a little, less critical of Israel, but at the end of the day, Israel's committing a genocide against the Palestinian people, and Democrats have blood on their hands, and they're the ones who have actually given Israel the bombs to commit that genocide. So at this point, it can't get that much worse. But you never know. So I don't think there'll be a massive difference, although you never know what'll happen.
And as a last question, in your opinion, what's better for pushing this topic forward, having protests or posting podcasts and films and videos on social media?
I think they're all really important. I make a lot of videos about protests. I make a lot of videos in support of protests. So even though I don't go physically to that many protests, I try to help in whatever way I can. So I think everybody just has to figure out, what's most comfortable to them and what aligns best with their strengths and their skills, and do whatever they can. So you're making podcasts and you're making YouTube channels, which is amazing. So I think everybody has to figure out just what feels best to them and how they think they can have an impact, because we need a lot of people doing a lot of different things to make change.
It's like everything, like protests and YouTube and Instagram,
It's
all
all
together,
important.
is the best power we have, right now.
I think so, because again, no movement has been fueled by just one thing. Social movements need a lot of energy, and a lot of different people doing a lot of different things over many, 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 many years. And you never know what's going to be the thing that tips you over the edge and gets you what you want, but you have to just keep pushing and keep trying to get there. Many people who fought South African apartheid thought that it would never end, or had no idea that it was going to end in the mid-90s. And you never know what's going to actually be the thing that gets you, to the finish line.
Sometimes it's just like a little step you didn't think is that big, and then.
And you have to keep pushing,
reason,
because you never know when it could work. Again, many people in the late 80s thought it would be decades and decades before apartheid ended in South Africa. And it was only a few more years. You never know when you're going to make the progress you need, and so all we can do is just keep pushing forward, no matter if we think the chances of success are high or low, and keep building the infrastructure and keep building the platform to be able to hopefully have freedom for the Palestinian people in our lifetimes.
And what's your last thing you want to say to the public, to YouTube?
Anybody can watch Israelism for free on Tubi, Roku, and Al Jazeera, and rent it on Apple TV, Amazon Prime, and many other channels. And thank you so much, and really it's wonderful to be in Vienna. My first time here, and really wonderful that so many people are here already, and it's going to be a great screening.